Hello everybody and welcome back to Shedley Wood Model Railway. It's Rob, and in this video I'm going to be doing the top 10 most run trains on the layout. As I've been on YouTube for about 10 years, which was back in May. I did mention it in the previous video, and I did promise I was going to upload 1 or 2 special videos to commemorate this occasion. It's 10 most run locos or rolling stock, multiple units, whatever. I've been looking through. Well, I've been sort of like looking through my videos from the first video I made on YouTube back in 2014, and up to today. It's all narrowed down to like a few steam locos, a few multiple units, and also with Bachmann, Hornby and Helgen. Yeah, so anyway, let's get on with the video. Before further ado, I'd just like to say to my subscribers or viewers, thank you for supporting me, or subscribe to me with your support and help for the last 10 years. It's much appreciated, and so that's why the channel is still going strong. Anyway, let's get on with the video. I'm going to do the first video, top 10. Well, start with one loco at number 10. Right, this one here, number 10. This is the Bachmann BR standard tank loco, the 264. This has been seen on the layout and also been on video, on numerous occasions, and yeah, this one has run quite a lot since I bought the loco back in 2003, and it was a new loco. I bought it from a model shop. I think it was up in Chelmsford. I can't remember the name now. I think it's John Dutfield. It might have been. Yeah, this probably was bought from that shop. Yes, it's a lovely loco, smooth runner, and really happy with it. And it's running around the layout, hauling coaches, sometimes wagons. Anyway, this one's an early crest one, so. Yeah, so this is one of my favourite locos as well, and even though I've got another similar loco like this, but it's in late crest livery, Yeah, so anyway, let's go on. Let's move on. Let's go to number 9. Okay, this one here. This is a Bachmann J15. This is a sort of mixed traffic loco. Bought this in 1999 from a shop, model shop, brand new. Brand new from a model shop. I used to go to a model shop in, I think it's in Sawbridgeworth, if I'm correct. Yeah, Sawbridgeworth. I remember, because I don't know if any subscribers or viewers will remember. There was a model shop near the Sawbridgeworth station. It's called Tracks, and I used to go there quite a lot when it was open. When it was trading. And this loco brings back memories. When I used to go there quite a lot when the layout was in its early stage. When I was still living in the other place. This is I chose this loco. And it's a lovely runner. And it's run very well. And it's had a few work done on it. Just service it and that. And it's one of my favourite locos, like I said. And it's seen on the layout quite a few times, doing its duties. Lovely loco, I say. Good runner. So I suppose I'm going to have to move on for the next loco, if you bear with me. It's going to put me on the track. Right, that was number 9. So we're going to move on to number 8. So let's move the J39 out of the way. Right, here we go. And we have a diesel locomotive here, And this one here is a Bachmann Class 25 stroke 1. It's one of a few Class 25s I've got in my collection. And this one here, this was one of the first Class 20, the first of the type I bought in 2002, brand new. And this Loco I got from the West Somerset Railway. I visit because at the time I was coming home. I was coming home from a holiday from Cornwall back in 2002, and en route I decided to take the west, is it called the Atlantic Highway? I think it's called Atlantic Highway. I think it's I can't remember the name of the route. I don't know if it's A39, but I can't remember. But going towards the scenic route. I call it the scenic route anyway, because I went through some places like Lynmouth and Minehead before joining the motorway, like the M3, M4, whatever. But it's a long time ago anyway. But anyway, while I was stopped at Minehead and I visit the West Somerset Railway, and I went to the shop and I come across the Class 25, the Bachmann. I don't know if I mentioned before, but and I thought, well, I'll have this. I thought I have this. I wanted one of these types on the layout, and yeah, it's a beautiful runner. I never had any problems with it at all. And this Loco is also one of my favourites, and it's runs around the layout, whether to running with coaches or wagons. And yeah, so later on, that was later joined by the other Class 25s, which was the other one I've got bought a few years later from somewhere else, but it's not in the top 10, the other one. So this is the only Class 25 in the collection, in the top 10 I mean. So this is number, I think this is number, oh, hang on, let's have a look. Yeah, this is number 8 in the top 10. So let's move on to another train. Right, okay, so we're now at number 7. Right, okay, this is a totally different model. As you can see, this is a Bachmann Class 105 Craven's DMU. It's a 2-car set, and this one is also seen running on the layout. You've probably seen it on my videos on numerous times. It's also one of my favourite trains on the layout, and this was like running on the local services on Shedley Wood. This one here, yeah, this all the lights. It's got all the lights working, and the headlights, tail lights, directional lighting as you call it. Yeah, it's a beautiful runner, and I still love it to bits, But I remember when Bachmann announced they were releasing a 105 DMU back in the mid noughties, I think, was it 2005, 2006, somewhere like that. And trying to think where I bought this, because I believe I bought this from Hatton's. I think one of the few first purchases from that place. And yeah, this unit first arrived on the layout I think it's 2011. So I'm really pleased with it. It runs, as soon as I put it on the track and it started running up and down on the layout, a few times. I'm quite pleased with it, like I said, so I can't think of anything else to say about it, but like I said, I decided to go for a green one rather than blue, so because obviously this layout also runs as a heritage railway as well as an operating railway from the 1960s. So anyway, so that's number 8. So we're going to have to move on to number 6, I think. No, so sorry, I think I might have got that wrong. That's number 7. So hang on, number 6 is the next one. So I'm going to move this unit out of the way. And the next one in. Right, at number 6. This is an old tooling. This is an old tender drive Loco. This is Lord Roberts' Britannia class Loco. yes, and it's also one of my favourites, even though it's an old style, old school tender drive Loco. This is a Hornby, by the way, Hornby. Yeah, so this one I bought from like second hand from a model shop up in Hornchurch, Ronio Corner. And I went in there one day to have a look, and because sometimes they do sell quite a lot of stuff in there, second-hand stuff, and they did have quite a lot of second-hand Locos, and at the back was all the second-hand stuff were at like the back of the counter, you know, at the back wall, and I bought 2 Locos from that at the end of that day. There was also the Hornby Stania Black 5. It was a weathered version, even though you've probably seen that Loco running around the layout as well, but I'm afraid it's not in the top 10. It's out the top 10. So this one's at number 6, and this one is a lovely runner, and it's been well looked after by the previous owner, and also I believe this one's a limited edition, and this one's been seen running around the layout, hauling mainly passenger coaches, as well as sometimes, very rarely, hauling freight trains. Yeah, it's not bad runner. I mean, you know, it runs okay, you know, and that's what you expect from an old tender drive Loco, because I've got quite a few new tool Britannia Locos that they're like engine drive, you know, like, you know, the motor is now in the engine, in the boiler, not rather than in the tender. Like I said, this one here is also one of my favourites, and also it's a good runner, and it's seen quite a lot, seen around the layout on numerous times. Yeah, so there you go. Right, that was number 6. I can't think of anything else to talk about this one. We're going to reach the top 5 now, so I'm going to move this Loco out the way. Right, we're in top 5 now. And we have here a beauty, a very elegant Loco. This is a Hornby D16 stroke, I think it's stroke 3, but anyway, call it D16, or a Claude Hamilton. Oh, excuse me a minute. Oh, typical. Oh, sorry about that. My other half rang me, just want to know when coming back upstairs, so I'll have to do the supper, you know. Anyway, I'll try to do as much as I can anyway, so because it's coming up to 20 to 8 anyway. Anyway, let's get on with the video. The Hornby Claude Hamilton D16 stroke 3. Yes, this is a lovely runner, and this is also purchased from Hatton's. I think it was a pre-order back then, because I believe this came out 10 years ago. 9 years ago, because Hornby announced it back in 2014. And it didn't come out until the following year. I could be wrong. It could be that it's from the 2015 range, catalogue range, you know. But this Loco arrived here in September 2015, amongst with the other stuff I've ordered. And this one here, this is a beautiful Loco, and it's a very good runner, very smooth, you know, very smooth runner as well. Yeah, it's a BR Early Crest, and I was thinking about getting another one, whether, you know, get another one probably with British Railways on the side, or get an LNER green livered one. See how it goes, because I don't think Hornby's bringing any of them out anymore, but I wish they do, you know. I believe that the real things, I think these were drawn around about the mid-50s, because at the time I don't think there was one running around or appearing in the Lake Crest livery. So this one here probably dates back from like the like late 40s, early 50s. So anyway, it runs beautifully. You know, I don't run so much, but on occasions that has been seen in videos, running around hauling freight and also passenger trains, and you know, and no fault at all. I don't have no problems with it whatsoever, and you know, and really like this Loco. It's you know, it's an Eastern region Loco. Anyway, I suppose I'll move on. We're in now at number 4 now, so yeah, we should be at number 4. So let's move pull down from that way. Right, at number 4, the only Helgen Loco in the top 10. This is a Class 15 diesel electric. I think it's the British Rail pilot scheme that ran, well, pilot scheme units that which worked during the late 50s up to the late 60s, early 70s, and I remember Helgen announced it back in 2009, and I thought, great, you know, along with the other Loco, the Baby Deltic as well. But I chose the this one because I would like to have a ready to run Class 15, because at the time my layout was mainly based on the Eastern region, sort of East Anglia, sort of, you know. I mean, it's a fictitious layout anyway, but you know, and this is my first Helgen Class 15, well, Helgen Loco purchase. This is purchased from Hatton's back in I think it was 2010. So originally, I remember when they first came out in sort of spring of that year, 2010. But tried looking at some of the model shops that were still open at the time, and they said, sorry, we sold out, you know. Even though I tried to go to the one in Burn-on-Crouch, there's a model shop there. I don't know if it's still there, but I had to take a train down there one day to Burn-on-Crouch. I can't remember the name of the model shop. I only had been there once, and they did have a Class 15 there, but it's the I wanted one with the BR with the lake crest, but not with the BR with the double arrow logo on the side. So they didn't have the one I wanted. So otherwise I could have bought it, you know. But then, you know, anyway, I decided not to buy it. I thought, well, we'll maybe wait till later when the other one is available. So when Hatton's have the next batch, or when they had the when one of them is available, I immediately purchased it, and as soon as I put it on the track, it runs beautifully. Even though it's a bit noisy for it, and but I have had no problems with it whatsoever, and it's a good runner. And even though it is well, I don't know whether the Class 15s were a mixed traffic Loco. They could, well, I mean, they normally seen with freight, but I don't know. I think they did hold some passenger coaches as well. But anyway, so yeah, so this Loco has been running around the lap quite a lot, because it's in the top 5 now. It's number 4, and like I say, I'm quite happy with it. Runs okay. I'm thinking about getting another Class 15 to join this one, probably in the future, with a different number. So anyway, I suppose we're going to move on to number 3. So I'll say goodbye to the Class 15. That's number 4. Okie dokie. Now here's number 3. And yes, it's believe it or not, this one made it into the top 5, and it is one of the most run Loco on the layout. As you've seen on my previous videos for the last 9 years, and you've seen it running around layout quite a lot, and it's a beautiful model. It runs perfectly, it runs like fantastically. I've had no problems whatsoever. A very quiet runner, and I've had it serviced a couple of times, you know, clean the wheels and that, and give it lubrication, but it runs faultlessly. This is a Hornby J15 in Lake Crest, and this is one of my best Locos on the layout. I'm glad I bought this one. I was after J15 for many years, but I waited and waited patiently. I thought when when Bachmann and Hornby are going to bring out a J15? Because I remember seeing one on the Norfolk Railway years ago, running up and down the line, and I thought, well, this would be perfect for the layout, as it is a sort of like a mixed traffic loco. It can, it's probably worked mostly goods trains as well as local passenger trains. And it wasn't until about 10 years ago that Hornby announced that they're finally bringing out a class J15. I nearly said class 15, but sorry about that. But yeah, this I'd go for the I'd go for the early crest. Oh, sorry, I'm getting that wrong. I'm gone for the late crest version rather than early crest, so it could run with some maroon coaches. But I could get an early crest version at a later time. Yeah, so this, like I said, fantastic runner, and it runs around the layout beautifully. The amount of times it appeared in the videos, I have had people comment about it, about the Class 15. They said it seemed to be a popular loco Hornby had back then, so I don't think they're making any more locos of this type at the moment, but I would like to see they bring in any more, Anyway, so that's the J15, that's number 3. So we're now in the top 2. Now who's going to be at number 2? So that's the steam loco. I'm afraid that's the last of the steam trains in the top 10. 2 of them are diesels. So I wonder who's going to be in the top 10. Sorry, who's going to be number 2? Who's going to be number 1? Anyway, let's move on and go to number 2. Okay, so right, number 2. You'll be surprised. Right, we have here the Bachmann Derby Lightweight DMU, and it's a fantastic runner. And it's got all the whistles and bells on it. The interior lighting, the directional lighting, the headlights, tail lights. Yeah, I went for this one, which is an Eastern Region DMU. Yeah, and this one's one of the best Bachmann multi-unit trains on the layout. It runs smoothly. Now there's a story about this one. Still the original the original unit. I remember when Bachmann announced it in 2010, they're going to bring that out. So I thought, well, I want one of these. That will go well with the layout. Yes, it's an Eastern Region layout. So, and I pre-ordered it, and I think it was in March 2012. It was finally released, and soon it just arrived at my door. And when I got time to take it down to the layout, to the shed, to run it on the layout, it runs beautifully, quiet, very quiet, no problems, and just like working around different directions on the layout. It was worked as the Shedley Wood local train service, and also seen on the Litland branch line as well. However, 10 years, I think it was around about 10 years ago, or was it? No, it was about 12 years ago. Something happened to the unit. One day it was running on the layout, and all of a sudden it stopped running. I thought, what's going on here? The lights are working, but the motor's not running. And I thought, this must be something to do with maybe the wire, one of the wires that came off the rails. The wires that, like the connectors, or the point's not set properly, or something wasn't right, but the controller was fine. So in the end, I took it upstairs. I did took the body apart, trying to get to the motor and find out what's wrong. And eventually, I cleaned the wheels and I also give a little lube, like give a bit of oil, drop of oil, and it worked. It worked fine, no problem. So I thought, well, maybe it got jammed or something, but I didn't see anything obstructing the motor. So I took it back together again, reassembled it, and took it down the layout, took it back on the layout, and it works fine. And a few days later, this happened again. It stopped working, but the light's still working. all the lights were working at, all the like the directional lighting, you know. But I thought, well, something's not right here with this unit. So, but the thing is, as soon as I put it on another piece of track, it worked fine. So I put it down as probably fault. Somewhere there's a fault on the track. Maybe there was a solder joint has come loose or something. But I used it with the other Loco, but it seemed fine. But it wasn't until about a month later, I was running around the layout. It was running until all of a sudden it started slowing down, and I thought, something's not right here. And in the end, it just ground to a halt. It's just lost power and just stopped, conked out. Oh, I thought, oh no. I thought, oh, don't tell me the motor's gone. I tried to get it working. I checked the track work. I checked all using the other Locos, and that track work was fine. Points fine. All the electrics are fine. It's just down to the DMU. And in the end, I tried to contact Hatton's, where I got it from, and they said to me, well, you know, the guarantee's is finished on this, so I can't send it back. What they recommend me to do is to send it to Bachmann, the factory. So what I've done, I contacted Bachmann. This nice lady was on the phone. She helped me out, and she said, you can send it back to the factory, and they could sort it out for me for about a small fee. So that's what I did. I sent it back to Bachmann, and about 3 weeks later, I got an email from them saying that it's on its way to my place, and that's it, you know. And then once it's arrived, I put it back on the track, and it works fine. And I had no problems with it at all since then. It still runs beautifully. It's one of my best running trains on Shedley Wood. Anyway, so now this is number 2. So I didn't make it to the top spot. So who was at number 1? Let's find out. Let's move him out of the way. Right, at number 1, it's the Helgen. I think it's Machine Boo. Was it? I can't wagon and Machine Boo, Machine Bow. I can't pronounce it, but never mind. It's a Helgen Rail Bus from the eastern region. Yes, this is another purchase. Arrived on the railway in 2012. Same time I got the Derby Lightweight, and this is the this unit is the most run unit model on the layout. Even though on occasions, apart from running on the Helon branch up and down, as you can see in my previous videos over the years, but also it's very rarely ventures out further afield like the main line, even though it has been running on the Rob's other railway as well on numerous occasions. Now this one here, it's one, well, even though it's my favourite model, and also it's quite heavy, it's got a weight to it, but yeah, but the thing is, even though this it doesn't run all that fast, and it still works perfectly. I've had it serviced, just clean the wheels and that, but I dare not to venture inside the unit, because putting it, to what I've read about, you have to take the body off, you have to remove the doors or something. And I heard it's some people trying to get to the motor and the gears, to service, they find it tricky to put it back together again. So at the moment, this was done when it appears in videos, running on the Helon branch, the branch line workings. Other than that, I've had no major problems with it. It works fine. I'm glad. Some people say that sometimes that some Helgen models do play up, they with problems with their motors and that, but this one has seemed to work pretty well. And yeah, this one was bought from Hatton's back in 2012. I don't know if I mentioned it, but then yeah, so this was another purchase. So there you go. So that's the second Helgen model in the top 10. So Anyway, I suppose that's it for now. I think that we're done and dusted. So anyway, I'd like to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you like and share like you do. Subscribe to my channel if you wish, and I hope I'll speak to you again. I like to say take care and bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your day.